Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you are watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got some breaking news coming out here for you, and I want to bring you an update regarding the potential arrest warrants coming from the ICC on the Israeli government. So I've got more information coming out now. We have a statement that has come out today from Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, and he said multiple things in his speech. He's talking about this upcoming invasion of Rafah, and he's stating that they're going to enter Rafah with or without a deal. That means even if they get a ceasefire or not for Rafah and with Hamas, they will eventually at some point go into Rafah and eliminate Hamas. That's what he is saying. Okay, so let's say they get a ceasefire deal this week, and it calls for like a 40-day ceasefire in the Gaza Strip. That may continue for 40 days, but after that ceasefire is over, they will launch their offensive into Rafah. So I don't know if they're going in sometime soon in the next couple weeks, or it could be an extended period. It could be a month or 2 months before they actually go in. But as far as we know from the Prime Minister here, he is stating that they will go into Rafah regardless, okay? So a little bit of talk about the ICC, the International Criminal Court. So he's coming out and saying in this video that we're going to be showing you that the free world needs to come together and stop the court in The Hague, okay? The ICC. Stop these arrest warrants from happening. And I think what this is, it's a message to the United States to let them know, hey, if you guys allow this International Criminal Court to issue these arrest warrants and arrest all of us here in the government of Israel and the IDF top officials, then I believe what he's doing is he's warning the U.S. that, President Biden, probably people that are part of this, any countries really, think about it. The U.K. is involved here. Germany is involved. Many countries are sending weapons to Israel while they bomb Gaza. So anybody who is involved in this would technically be part of this trial, at least I would think, right? And it may not be part of it right away, but it may lead to it in the future. So I think that's what he's doing, is warning that they need to stop this now. Now, I'm not going to comment on whether, he's correct on that or not. Obviously, some people may be like, okay, well, you got to follow international law. This shows that the U.S. is not following international law. Lots of different things, but, I'll leave that up for you guys to decide that. But that's just what he's saying. I'm just giving you the message. So let's go over this video here and talk about this. It's about a 3-minute clip, and he's going to be discussing the Gaza Strip, the Rafah invasion, and then also these ICC arrest warrants that are coming for them potentially here very soon. So let's take a look.
הלחימה ברצועת עזה נמשכת. אני מבקש לשלוח תנחומים למשפחות של עידו אביב וקלקידן מהרי, השם ייקום דמם. אנחנו משלמים מחיר יקר במלחמה שלנו נגד מפלצות הטרור. נפגשתי היום עם נציגים של משפחות נופלים ומשפחות חטופים. אמרתי להם, אנחנו נשלים את יעדי המלחמה. אנחנו נפנה את האוכלוסייה האזרחית כדי שנוכל להתמקד במחבלים כפי שעשינו עד עכשיו. אנחנו ניכנס לרפיח כי אין לנו ברירה אחרת. אנחנו נשמיד את גדודי החמאס שם, אנחנו נשלים את כל יעדי המלחמה, כולל השבת כל חטופינו. עכשיו יש הרבה כוחות שמנסים למנוע מאיתנו לעשות זאת. ולאחרונה הצטרף אליהם כוח נוסף. בית הדין הבינלאומי הפלילי בהאג. לבית הדין הזה אין לו שום סמכות על מדינת ישראל. האפשרות שהוא יוציא צווי מעצר על פשעי מלחמה נגד מפקדי צה"ל ומנהיגי המדינה, האפשרות הזאת היא שערוריה בקנה מידה היסטורי. 80 שנה אחרי השואה, הגופים הבינלאומיים שקמו למנוע שואה נוספת, שוקלים לשלול ממדינת היהודים את זכותה להגן על עצמה. להגן על עצמה נגד מי? נגד אלה שבאו ועודם פועלים באופן מוצהר לבצע בנו רצח עם. איזה אבסורד, איזה עיוות של הצדק וההיסטוריה. זאת תהיה הפעם הראשונה שמאשימים בפשעי מלחמה מדינה דמוקרטית שנלחמת על חייה לפי כל כללי הדין הבינלאומי. אם הדבר הזה אכן יתרחש, זה יהיה כתם בל יימחה על האנושות כולה. זה יהיה פשע שנאה אנטישמי חסר תקדים. פשע שישפוך שמן על התבערה האנטישמית שכבר משתוללת בעולם. מטרתו של הצעד הזה, אם הוא יתבצע, הוא להלך אימים על מנהיגיה וחייליה של מדינת ישראל, בעצם לשתק את היכולת של ההגנה העצמית של מדינת ישראל. ממשלת ישראל ואזרחי ישראל דוחים זאת על הסף. אני רוצה להעביר דבר אחד. שום החלטה, לא בהאג ולא בשום מקום אחר, לא תפגע כהוא זה בנחישות שלנו להשיג את כל מטרות המלחמה. שחרור כל חטופינו, ניצחון מוחלט על החמאס, והבטחה שעזה לא תהווה עוד איום על ישראל, וכן גם להשיב את הביטחון ואת התושבים לצפון. ישראל מצפה שמנהיגי העולם החופשי יצאו בתקיפות נגד הצעד השערורייתי הזה. צעד שיפגע ביכולת ההגנה העצמית לא רק של מדינת ישראל, אלא של כל הדמוקרטיות בעולם. ישראל מצפה ממנהיגים אלה שיפעילו את מלוא השפעתם, את כל האמצעים העומדים לרשותם, כדי לעצור צעד מסוכן זה, שיהווה פשיטת רגל מוסרית והיסטורית.
All right, there you go. So he said a lot of things there in that speech, obviously. And, you know, if you notice, he was kind of talking about the Holocaust a little bit and stating, you know, this is happening to us all over again. Genocide is being committed against the Jewish people. When Hamas came in and murdered supposedly like 1,200 people of their nation, now the court in The Hague, the ICC, is preventing them from defending themselves, which is what he believes they're doing when they're going into the Gaza Strip to try to eliminate Hamas, the terrorists who attacked his country, right? That's the way he sees it. So, you know, definitely what he's saying there is it makes sense with him stating that he has to go into the Gaza Strip and eliminate Hamas and all of that. But then there's this whole issue of all these people being killed in the Gaza Strip, the innocent Palestinian people. And that's where the problem is at. If that wasn't happening, then that wouldn't be an issue, right? But because there's a lot of innocent people being killed, that's where the genocide charges are coming from. And then obviously, again, he's talking here also about the fact that you know, the whole world needs to come together and push back against this, use all of their tools. So I think they're talking about the sanctions and all these different things to put on the ICC and put pressure on them to make them back down so they don't stop Israel from doing what they're wanting to do. And I don't know, it's a very sticky situation over here, and it's really hard to say either way which way this should go. And it's obviously a very controversial thing as well. Some people believe they should go into Rafah and eliminate Hamas, and some people say they should have never gone into the Gaza Strip to begin with. But at the same time, you know, if your country was attacked, I mean, imagine if the United States was attacked by a neighbor, let's say Mexico or Canada or something. I think the U.S. would respond heavily and maybe even worse, who knows, maybe even worse than what we saw here in the Gaza Strip. Now, I'm not saying that that it's okay with what they did. I'm not saying that it's all right that they did that. But, you know, at the same time, I think there would always be a response from any country if that were to happen. If there were to be some sort of invasion from another country, whether the military failed to protect their citizens or not, I think, you know, the governments would definitely want to retaliate in some sort of way. So that's what I'm trying to say here. But I want to show you guys one last thing here real quick. This is going to be on X as well. It's talking a little bit more about these this ICC arrest warrants that are coming, okay? From Megatron Ron again. Breaking, the U.S. is preparing sanctions against the International Criminal Court in The Hague because of the arrest warrant for Netanyahu, Times of Israel. Unprecedented in human history, members of Congress have warned the International Criminal Court that they will retaliate if arrest warrants are issued against Netanyahu and other senior Israeli officials. Speaker Mike Johnson says if unchallenged by the Biden administration, the ICC could create and assume unprecedented power to issue warrants against American political leaders, American diplomats, and American military personnel. So you see what I mean? Thereby endangering our country's sovereign authority. Members of Congress from both parties are reportedly preparing legislation to sanction ICC officials unless they back down. So look at how crazy this story is if you think about this. Because again, it's just like what I mentioned earlier. It's not just Israel that's involved here. There's many top officials of the United States. Anybody who has been supporting this war, and the United States is heavily involved, okay? And so is the UK, so is Germany. Many countries are giving weapons to Israel to fund this war in Gaza. And then at the same time, if these warrants are able to be issued to Israel and the government of Israel and the IDF officials and whoever, then that would open the door for the ICC to go after United States officials, United States military commanders. Same with the UK, same with Germany, same with any other country who has their hand in the basket here. So that's why I wanted to show you that. And I really think that's what this is all about. I think that's why we're seeing this kind of this circus play out here, and we're seeing a lot of these sanctions potentially coming on the ICC. It really makes sense if you think about it. And it's just a very crazy situation to think and understand here that what's really happening. Okay, obviously what's going on the Gaza Strip is terrible, but now and look at how all this is backfiring, not only on the Israeli government but potentially other governments in Europe and in the United States that could be affected by this, and this could launch a major chain of events affecting multiple countries here. And imagine how that would play out. I can only imagine the craziness that would ensue throughout the world if that were to happen. So let me know what you think down below, though, regarding this information. Definitely a crazy story coming out. Just wanted to bring you this information to let you know what's happening. So that's going to be it for this update. If you got something out of this, please smash that like button. And also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit that notification bell. That way YouTube can notify you. And with that, I hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless. And we'll see you in the next one.